Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of season 5 in the Sunderland career mode after 4 draws in our opening 4 games of the Premier League season. Hoping for a victory today, although that might be quite hard to come by considering we have both Manchester United and Liverpool in this month. Although Leicester at home is a game we could win, although we will be simulating that because we want to play Brighton away in the Carabao Cup. I do apologise if throughout the video, as we get further and further into it, I start to fade a little bit. It's currently 31 degrees outside and about 5 degrees hotter inside as I'm recording this video at 11 o'clock in the morning. How is it 31 degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning? Help me. I do have a big giant AC unit, but I can't use it when I'm recording because it's too loud. So I'm sat here in front of my studio lights, my PC pumping out hot air, 3 monitors, a games console. I'm dying, and it's only 30 seconds into the video. So I might get a little bit hot and sweaty towards the end. We'll wait and see. Drop the video a like if you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We will be giving, hopefully, some praise to our new signings in today's episode. We did get some good performances out of them in the episode yesterday, although of course our latest signing in Che Adams hasn't yet had the chance to take the field for us, but fingers crossed he'll do well for us because I will play him against Brighton. But we'll start with Manchester United and I'll meet you there. Man United starting lineup: David De Gea in goal, Diogo Dalot at right back, Bartra, Romagnoli and Alex Telles. So it's a fairly unfamiliar Manchester United backline. Pogba, Draxler and Zielinski, with Eriksen sat at cam. And then Haller alongside new signing Heung-min Son. Yes, I have already changed my t-shirt. The other one was too thick and I was sweating like a mofo after just 5 minutes of recording. It's going to be a long day, lads. It's going to be a long day. Here's Haller, Son, Draxler saved by Nick Pope. Thank you very much indeed. Jack Clark, I thought there was a man was in space at the back post. He wasn't. Tomori will get it in there to James Justin, and this time we'll get it away to a man that's in space. Oh, dearie me. Would have been the worst possible start at Old Trafford. As it happens, we might build something on the counter-attack. Harrison to Moise Kean. Oh, lovely ball through the gap to Ed Murphy, who's onside, cuts back on his left, looks for a teammate. Oh, finds only Declan Rice, and that's why we don't shoot with Declan Rice. Down the line to Haller. Picks up well. Decent ball in. Very good ball in fact. And Tomori has to head behind. From the set piece then, Christian Eriksen into the middle. Yes. Thank you, Nick Pope. That's what we bought you for. It was in fact something similar to that was the final nail in the coffin for Bettinelli at the end of last season. He did that, but it just went tamely 5 yards away to an opposition player who volleyed at home, and that was the final decision or the final straw that made us decide to sell Bettinelli, although I think, to be fair, we were pretty certain we were going to do that anyway. Thankfully, with the first of that kind of clearance from the goalkeeper, he has done it well enough. We'll see if we can get this away properly though. So Christian Eriksen delivers another ball into the middle, and it's a decent one too, and Haller was there, but Ed Murphy in the way. Eriksen played in for a second time. 5-star weak foot. The cross is good, but Declan Rice hacks it clear. We are under pressure at Old Trafford. A lot of pressure. Zielinski to Eriksen. Don't let him shoot from distance. They've worked it wide well to Alex Telles. Declan Rice again underneath it. Moise Kean could win that, and he has done. And Harrison will turn well, and we might try a counter-attack. Although I'm quite happy just to not be pinned into my own box, to be fair. Oh, keep that in, mate. Dalot. Around the corner. Cross comes in well. Headed away by Johan Foyth. Here's Dalot. In there to Haller again. Inside. No. Oh, Pope. What a save with his feet. That's the sort of thing he did against us for Burnley last year that made him the #1 favourite for you guys in the comment section. That was outstanding. I certainly, last season, would have conceded a goal there. Proves that he was worth every single penny so far. Zielinski gets that to Telles, goes for the 1-2. Alexis actually helps him get it back. This time we get rid of it, and Ed Murphy does really well, and I'll get that down the line. It was meant for Moise Kean, but we'll find him on this occasion. We'll look for Ed Murphy again through that gap. Alex Telles is looking to get back. Moise Kean is loitering on the edge of the box though, and I have teammates arriving. It's McAllister. Oh no, it's Declan Rice. And that's why we don't shoot with Declan Rice. Ball there to Harrison. Jack Clark's on the run. Diogo Dallo deals with it well. Draxler will get this forward. 5 minutes to go till half time. Eriksson across there to Zielinski. And out wide again to Alex Telles on the overlap. James Justin's going to take over from Ed Murphy here, although they've gone backwards. They've been very good in possession, Man United. Heung-min Son actually has been kept quiet so far. Barely seen him have a touch of the ball. Zielinski could shoot from here, hasn't. Here is Son. Out to Telles again, looking for the South Korean for a second time. And Haller's there, and that's 1-0. 1-0 to our hosts with a near post header. Just had the extra leap on the defender there. 1/4 caught underneath it slightly. And it's a good finish. Unfortunately for us, in the brink of half time, we are 1-0 down now at Old Trafford. Harrison, Moise Kean, looking to get around the outside of Romagnoli. Might be easier said than done, but he's done really well. And De Gea, only he would have those reactions to get to that loose ball before Ken did. Unreal. Great stop. And then shows just as much quality in the recovery as well. Should have been 1-1 though, to be fair. It's only the 92 rated goalkeeper that has stopped us from doing exactly that. Why have you fallen over? Oh, Nick Pope! I've asked him to clear that. Just with the X button powered up, and he's gone for a slide tackle. Oh my lord. From one amazing goalkeeping save at one end to another at the other. Anthony Martial, though, is on for Manchester United here. Alex Telles injured. Has he gone off because of that injury? Don't tell me they've brought on Martial for an injured Telles. Work this away. No, Telles is still on the field because he's there. Not sure who they've brought Martial on for then. We'll find out in a moment because I'll have a look at their team to see where... Oh, no. Draxler. Oh, he's on up top. He's on up top for Alla, their goal scorer. Zielinski to Pogba. Pogba twisting and turning. Finds Martial. Has scored against us before multiple times in career mode on FIFA 19. Not necessarily in this series. Oh, we nearly did there. Looking for a second. Zielinski going off and they're making a midfield change. Can't see off the top of my head. It's Pereira that's come on. Pope does well to win that. Still, thankfully, only 1-0 down. We might get something from this. Oh, Declan Rice steals it away from Pogba and the counter-attack is on. Is that mistake from Paul Pogba going to cost Manchester United the win here? Oh no, thanks to David De Gea. I can have no complaints. I can have no complaints. I didn't want to square it there because there was a defender between the two of us and I was certain that if I tried to square it, I'd mess the pass up, so I went for the shot. David De Gea is too good. The goalkeepers were the difference. They could have had plenty of goals and Nick Pope kept them to one. I could have had a couple, but David De Gea kept me to none. It's a defeat against Manchester United. Up next for us will be that simulated game against Leicester, where hopefully we can get our first victory of the season. Cooper's itching for a game. He will play in the game against Brighton, which I will play with the rotation side. Still need to sort my my training out. I'll do that after the game against Leicester and between... Yeah, after the game against Leicester, before the game against Brighton. I'll do that off camera. You guys don't want to sit here and see me switch around all of my training regimes. But Leicester next, and we'll simulate that. They're right next to us in the league. Look, both on 4 points. We've drawn 4 and lost 1 so far. Will this be victory number 1 for the season? I hope so. They've got 2 defeats against Burnley and Watford, a win against Accrington Stanley in the Cup so far. But that means, well, that says to me that they've won 1 and drawn 1 in the league. There's no other way they could have 4 points at this stage with 2 defeats on the board. Jack Clark gives us a 1-0 lead in the 39th minute. Was our top goal scorer last season in all competitions and in the Premier League. And looks like he might be giving us our first victory of the season here at home against Leicester City. They played a friendly against Cambridge United the other day and won 3-0, but they will not be beating us. Literally the only thing that happened all game. Jack Clark scores. We win by a 1-0. And up next is Brighton in the Cup. I'm playing my rotated side, as you can see here. So Che Adams is getting his debut now. Gooch into the rotated side, as is Drew Eward, thanks to their first team spots going to someone else. And I've done what you guys recommended as well, because we have right back Turner, who's left-footed, and left back Edwards, who's right-footed. I'm playing them on the alternate wings, or alternate fullback roles, so that the right footer is on the right, the left footer is on the left, and it makes sense. So we'll see if they're any good. Bennett is growing a little bit over the past few weeks, so hopefully we can see him have a solid performance. And Jimmy Dunn is growing still, 76 now on captain for this particular game, and Cooper's up to 78 rated now as well. So I didn't select the opposition starting 11 for this one because I was playing my rotated side in every Premier League game, as we did in previous series, like the RTG, where the AI will just field a weakened side for no legitimate reason whatsoever. I've been selecting the best possible 11. Whereas with this game, because I'm playing my rotated side, I didn't select the best possible 11 for Brighton because they wouldn't take the Carabao Cup as seriously, similarly as I am. But they've still started a relatively strong side with our former player Christian Ratiu in their midfield, Bastian Schweinsteiger holding. They've got Sakai at left back and a Kappa at right back. Matthew Ryan still in goal. I am intrigued to see just how old Bastian Schweinsteiger is, if I can even see that. Which I'm not sure I'll be able to actually from this. He's 67 rated though as a centre-back and playing in their midfield. So I don't expect Bastian Schweinsteiger to be much of an issue in this game. At least I hope not. Now that I've said that, he'll probably batter me and I'll have jinxed myself. But hopefully Che Adams, regardless, can have a decent debut. We'll try and get him a goal or two if we can. It's immediately getting involved in the attacking play here. Jamal Lowe getting a chance in the first team for the first time in a while. Lyndon Gooch back into the first team for the first time in a while, but his first cross isn't anywhere near accurate enough. And now here they come on the counter-attack. Actually, a decent counter-attack too. Here's Gyökeres through to Jahan Baksh. He's got options in the middle. He's tried to stand it up. Edwards does well. That's what you want from the youngster on his first start, at least first played start, and showing that he can deal with that sort of opportunity when it's thrown at him. Keep that in, Lyndon. Never mind. Piotrowski down the line to Sakai. Decent delivery. Headed away by Jimmy Dunn, but it's only going to drop here. Oh, well, Bastian. You can score the odd cracker from distance, but I think he was threatening the Seagulls more than he was threatening for the Seagulls on this occasion. That was absolutely terrible. Lovely flick on by Jamal Lowe there, though. And Gooch gets away, dinks it, it's deflected. Can he get to that first? Jamal Lowe, no, unfortunately he can't. Apologies for the terrible Seagull joke. Good header by Morgan Turner. It's quite strong aerially, which definitely helps in those scenarios. I'm not sure that I've ever had a wing back from a youth system that is actually fully usable as a wing back and isn't better utilised as a centre back. Seems every player that comes through the youth system that's down as a wing back is much better as a centre back, apart from perhaps maybe Edwards that we've got right now. Ward, oh, looking for Jamal Lowe, poked away, and Gyökeres gets it to Ratiu. I'd forgotten that he went to Brighton, to be honest, until we saw that he was in the starting lineup here. Down the line there to Brun Larsen, and the cross could come in, and does. It's floated well. Morgan Turner hacks away, and it looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half-time here against Brighton. In the two played games we had yesterday, we drew 0-0 in them both. And unfortunately, we lost to Manchester United, so, well, by a goal to nil. So actually, in played games, I haven't scored a goal yet this season. I don't think. So, let's hope that things change themselves around, either in this game here against Brighton, or the game against Liverpool. Not that I stand much hope against Liverpool, but wait and see. Adams around the corner here to Zimmerman, and we might be in to score a goal. Matthew Ryan with a good save. Very nearly, as we needed it. Jamie Ward delivers, and away by Piotrowski. Genuinely, this is the first time I've noticed that Jamie Ward is left-footed. I thought he was right-footed. Okay, shows how well I know some of my players, doesn't it? Win that header, please. Oh, Yewood has off the line by Sakai. Genuinely, right off the line by Sakai. How close was that to going in? There's your answer. It got that close. That is what you call an on-the-line clearance. Oh, that's why you have a man on the post. That should have been 1-0 to us, but unfortunately, expert defending from Sakai. I'll have that back, thank you very much. Well done, Jamie Ward. Zimmerman, he's on the run there, Che Adams. So we'll play it over the top. It's a great ball, and he's brought it down superbly well here, Che. Try and... Oh, find the spot. On his debut, Che Adams, 1-0 Sunderland. 10 minutes into the second half. Gorgeous ball over the top by Zimmerman, who is far outplaying his 65 overall rating thus far in this game. He's been particularly good for me. But that is a beautiful finish from Che Adams. Great ball, great touch. I wasn't sure what to do here, so I just tried to bend it into the far post. Try and expect the keeper to maybe want me to drill it near post. A little fake shot. Wasn't intended, but he almost went for a fake shot. He went to plant his foot and then planted his left foot after that, and then bent it in the far post. Oh, we'll take a 1-0 lead, thank you very much. We might well be going through to the next round of the Carabao Cup here. That is our first goal of the season in a played game. And our new striker is the man that scored it. Edwards driving forward. Oh, lovely turn, actually. Just poke that back there to Drew Yearwood. There's Jamie Ward. There's Zimmerman around the corner and finds Che Adams again. Che from the edge of the box. Drilled it low and wide. I tried the low driven there. Evidently, that's not his forte.
Who comes on?
Jahan backs. Oh, great delivery. That was perfect. Inch perfect. Thiago Aspas off the bench for Brighton equalises. He's not long been on the field either. The ball there, it's a brilliant run from Aspas. Between two defenders, and he just doesn't react quickly enough there, Liam Bennett. The ball is to the millimetre, exactly where it needed to go, as was the finish. Oh, almost looked like Cooper didn't extend his fingertips there. That kind of went at it like that, almost. But regardless, even if he had got fingertips still, I'm not sure he'd have kept it out. They were only behind for 11 minutes. We might yet go to penalties here. Jimmy Dunn, out wide, quickly down the line there to Zimmerman. Again, brilliant first touch. Good turn and pass. Morgan Turner down the line. He is left-footed, and it's not the worst cross in the world either. And Saka can only head behind for what will be a corner. We'll see if we can get something from this. Ratu going off, seeing the back of our former player now. And it's Diawara that's come on in his place. Gooch delivers. It's not bad. Oh, Jahan backs. Heads away, though. We very nearly scored from our last corner. Zimmerman in there to Drew Yearwood. Bit of space here for Jamie Ward. Now that I know he's left-footed, perhaps I should try and get it back on that left foot. Here's Drew Yearwood again. He's got decent long shots, but no space. Marlowe around the corner to Lyndon Gooch. Questions of offside. Nothing given, but a save from Matthew Ryan means that we will still remain at 1-1. That's a good delivery, and Jahan backs his behind for another corner. Brown and Petrosky, they've made all three of their changes now, Brighton.
In goes the corner.
Oh, Jahan backs knocks that down. It's still free. Hacked away by White. Edwards. Back to Jamal Lowe, who's been moved to the right wing now, as we've brought on a new striker in Harrison Green. And Thomas has come on the left-hand side here for Zimmerman, who just was running out of stamina. Drew Yearwood has good long shots. Jamal Lowe has good footwork and good pace, but neither able to work the opportunity between them. Rune Larson inside here, Thiago Aspas. Brighton on the counter. Oh, and that's a great ball. Jahan backs in behind. I've called the keeper. He'll try and get there. Cooper has done wonderfully. That is how you put a man off, and it went out only for a throw-in off the keeper. That is outrageous from Rune Larson. Please challenge for this header. Jahan backs has won it, but Cooper right behind it. He's kept us in this there, the young goalkeeper. That was expertly done. Lovely header by Harrison Green, but unfortunately can't find his teammate. Both Harrison Green and George Harrison are aerially impressive. And Harrison Green actually has 90-plus long shots as well. So if I can find the opportunity to get a shot in on that left foot of his, although to be fair, he does have a 5-star weak foot too, so either foot will do, then we might be able to steal the win. As things stand, we're headed towards penalties, but they are on the edge of my box with moments to go. And a couple to Jahan backs, blocked by Morgan Turner. Jahan backs happy to settle for the corner. 3 minutes added on. The set piece to come in. Jahan backs to take it. It's delivered well. And Brown, bar and post, the corner of and wide. Penalties, I believe it's going to be. Nice knock down there to Jamal Lowe. Harrison Green isn't the fastest. None of my youngsters are rapid. Oh, it's a terrible pass. Still working it. Oh, but the final whistle is gone. It is to be penalties then. Che Adams will take my first. They have much better penalty takers than me. Other than Che Adams, no one could take a penalty in my starting lineup, but we'll wait and see how we do. Cooper in goal is quite tall, so that should help him with saving pens. I'm going to have to dive the right way if I'm to save any. Che Adams to step up. I'm going to go left. Despite the late change of direction, the keeper still able to get there. Cooper to save from Schweinsteiger, or not to save from Schweinsteiger. Morgan Turner, the left back, has the second best penalty. I mean, I didn't aim that there, did I? But that's where the low rating of penalties comes in to effect. low finishing, low penalty stats. I aimed that towards the corner and he's hit it almost straight down the middle there, Morgan Turner. Drew Yearwood has to score, otherwise we are out by losing 3-0. He has scored at least, so we've scored one penalty. Now I need to save this from Jahan backs, otherwise we are out of the Carabao Cup. And the youngsters will have to wait until... Oh, he's going to save it. The youngsters are going to have to wait until the FA Cup to get another chance. Jamal Lowe, who weirdly is my number one. I'm definitely going to have to change that. I've only just noticed. We shall give Nick Pope our number one and a capper to send Brighton through. I'm going left. I've gone too far. Right, okay, we're out of the Carabao Cup. Up next, though, with our new number one in Nick Pope, as it will be, we shall head to Anfield and try and get a result against Liverpool with our first string 11. Alisson in goal for Liverpool. Vasalko, Van Dijk, Tarkowski and Robertson as their back four. Keita, Fabinho and Oxlade-Chamberlain in the midfield, with Salah, Iñaki Williams and Mane up top. They did sell a Williams in the summer window, Liverpool, and I thought it was Iñaki. Evidently it wasn't. But that's not too dissimilar a Liverpool side that you'd see in real life. So they've not really made that many signings in this save, Liverpool, in the 5 seasons.
This is the Sunderland team.
We know that that team is great in real life. It's probably going to be great in FIFA too, isn't it? Here's Iñaki Williams. He's playing in that false 9 position that he used to play Bobby Firmino in. We'll see if he's any good in there. Mo Salah driving forward on the right-hand side. He's still as good as he ever was, even 5 seasons in. Not sure how old he is by this point, actually, Mo Salah. Played in behind here and gets a cross in, but it's not the best. Oh, nicely done by Moise Kean then as well. And Alexis finds Declan Rice, who will thread that to Ed Murphy. Up against Andy Robertson. It's not very many attackers get the best of Andy Robertson, but Ed Murphy's trying his hardest here and does really well. Could go out wide, haven't. Declan Rice will turn central. Harrison to Moise Kean. Declan Rice has pushed forward. Obviously not going to play him in again because we saw what his finishing was like in an earlier game. So we're not going to be shooting with him anytime soon. Hopefully they won't be shooting with Iñaki Williams or Mo Salah anytime soon, but I can't guarantee anything. Sadio Mane's not exactly the worst goal scorer in the world at the minute, is he? Either. Here's George Harrison. Turns well enough, gets the shot in, it's blocked and cleared away by Virgil van Dijk. Driving down the line, turns well, up there to Vasalko. Oh, good cross, headed away by Tamori. Win that header please. Well up, Declan Rice. Unfortunately it's fallen to Andy Robertson, but unfortunately for him, he's given it straight to Ed Murphy. Moise Kean will look to get away from him, although he's going to close me down. Ah, but you didn't see that coming, did you, Andy? Get that through. Oh, you get past Andy Robertson, and then all of a sudden there's a certain Dutch centre-back to try and get past. Oh, but it's the English James Van Dijk. James Tarkowski that steps in. 82 rated Tarkowski, a new signing for them this season. And clearly decent so far. Actually, I do recall the last time we played Liverpool making a comment that they only had Virgil as their one decent centre-back. So obviously they must have heard me and have added to their squad. Certainly needed to be done. Harrison, oh, Tarkowski again. What a signing it seems. Slow inside to Declan Rice. I mean, I'm not sure where the foul was there. It was just a 50-50 that both just kind of ran over the ball. Fell free to me, and the referee has been like, no, that'll be a free kick to Liverpool, please. No, thank you. I don't think there was any foul in there. If they score from this phase of play, I'll be rather frustrated, I think. Vasalko back to Keita. Out wide here to Andy Robertson. Through there to Chamberlain. And here's Mane. Big switch, but it's not going to reach Mo Salah. And they will not score from this passage of play. Thank you very much. Good. Salah through to Iñaki Williams. To Mane. James Justin with the block. That was vitally important. Andy Robertson gets the better of Ed Murphy on the right hand side. Eharia, I don't know how to pronounce that, to be fair. It's just come off the bench for them to come into the midfield. Oh, Robertson with the interception. That was a lovely attempted through ball. Keita gives that straight to Declan Rice. Can we eventually work the ball away? It wasn't meant for you, Moise. Where have you come from? Oh, no, don't score now. Oh, everybody missed it. And away it goes. Would have been perfectly timed, that pass. It was situated perfectly for the midfielder to just pick it up and run off with it. But Moise Kean comes in, he's like, I'll have that, and then didn't get there. Everybody missed it when the ball went in towards the box. And then Naby Keita draws the save out and Nick Pope. Liverpool might go 1-0 up here. They're going to aim for Fabinho. They're going to aim for Virgil van Dijk. In fact, that Van Dijk isn't even in the box, I don't think. Corner for Liverpool. I've made 2 changes. Moise Kean has gone off for Che Adams. Ken might be injured for a little while. We're waiting to see. Oh, Danny Ings, so much space. Former Burnley player scores against former Burnley player. Danny Ings makes it Liverpool 1, Sunderland 0. How? There's so many black shirts back there and just one ball and he's all on his own. He fires it home. Liverpool lead by a goal to 0. Heading into the game, there was a little graphic that popped up that said we have the best, or at least the joint best at this stage, defensive record in the league with just 4 goals conceded. We haven't conceded more than 1, I don't think, in any played game so far this year. And, or did we? No, that was last year, wasn't it? He says, as if you knew what was going on in my head there. Haven't conceded more than 1 goal in a played game so far this year. I can't recall. Win that header, please. Oh, it's Van Dijk. Never mind. Don't win that header. Oh, they nearly gave it back to me. I think we're going to lose at Anfield by a goal to 0, the same way we lost at Old Trafford by a goal to 0. But we wouldn't have expected to win either of those games. So I can't be too disappointed if I do lose by a goal to 0 in both. Good save by Pope on this occasion. Harriet, what's there to Sadio Mane? Back to Danny Ings. That wasn't far away at all. Declan Rice off, Jamie Ward on. A bit too little too late though now, with them having already scored and me not having a 0-0 scoreline to protect. Unfortunately, it's not really worked out for us here. Or has it? No. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I can't quite believe we haven't scored there. Lovely leap by George Harrison. Desperately unlucky not to be at 1-1 here at Anfield. We were so close to making it 1-1 at Old Trafford. A chance very, very late on. And here, a chance to make it 1-1 at Anfield. Very, very late on. De Gea saved on one occasion. The bar in the way on this occasion. We could have taken a point from either game. As it happens, it looks like we're going to be taking nothing from either game. But I can't be too disheartened. We've performed much better against both sides here than we did last year. So we are certainly making improvements this season. Although only 2 shots at Anfield isn't necessarily amazing. Chelsea win against Wolves. Man United draw with Newcastle. Manchester City win against Newcastle. And was it Newcastle? We'll find out in a minute. I think it was. Oh no, it was Man United drew 2-2 with Newcastle. Man City 3-1 against Fulham. We are 13th with 4 goals scored in 7 games and 5 goals against. So we're great defensively this year, or much improved defensively this year, but still not necessarily cracking things offensively. We have played some tough opposition so far this year, to be honest, haven't we? We've had Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea and Everton in the opening few games of the season. Hopefully next month, Forest, Bournemouth, Fulham should reap some better results. Arsenal at home will probably sim as well, to be fair. Or maybe I'll play Arsenal and sim Nottingham Forest. I'm not sure. 3 weeks Moise Kean is going to be out for, so certainly Che Adams is going to get the chance in the first team. But for now, we're going to continue training our youngsters, which we have now on the shortlist here. Zimmerman, Roberts and Morris. So hopefully we can continue to train them really well and they'll continue to grow. But for now, that's the end of today's episode. And I'm going to go and sit inside the fridge for about 5 hours, I think. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more content. And I'll see you next time.